Welcome to Awakening You channel. If you appreciate what we do, please support us. Thank you. Dear sons and daughters of planet Earth, I am Sananda. Being here may seem to many to be a repeated and unimportant act. Not for me. For me, being able to speak again, being able to demonstrate a lot, being able to guide them is a source of great joy, of great satisfaction. Having a voice at this moment on your planet, even if for a few, even if it still doesn't have enough echo, for me it's been wonderful, because I can put my ideas, my teachings, my truths, in a way that there are no doubts of what is being said. Every moment, every time I come here and have this opportunity to express my ideas, to go over everything I've learned, to demonstrate to each one of you everything I've experienced and everything I've seen, it's an opportunity only. As has already been said here, I took on this mission of having a voice in this new era. First, my voice came through my letters, and now due to the advancement of your technology, the advancement of time, it is even possible to say that this is my voice. I don't need to rely solely on written words, I can use the energy of words to reach each of you. Do not be fooled into thinking that everyone who reads my letters has understood and become better human beings. This is not a direct consequence. Many read, believe what they read, but do not think they are capable of change, they do not feel capable of making new choices. For these, life has taken a direction and there is no way to change that path, it will have to be followed until the end. These people simply gave up on themselves, gave up trying, gave up on evolving due to so many marks, so much suffering, due to so many negative factors that they have constantly experienced in their lives. It is worth remembering that everything you experience today, whether in your own homes, in your personal life, in your work, in your friendships, everything was attracted to you. Nothing stands in your way that doesn't have your energy. So this will be today's teaching. Everything you focus on, you create a path to get there. Whatever the object of desire, whether it's another person, whether it's a material good, whether it's a job, whether it's a trip, it doesn't matter. Everything you focus on is immediately created in the universe, that becomes something alive. Not that it will be seen, nor will the growth be observed, but it can be felt, because that object where the focus was placed will grow or die. If you stay focused, if you think about it all the time, if you worship it, it will grow. Think about that bread dough that you put yeast on and it keeps rising until you bake it. In the same way, if you don't put the focus, if you don't put the energy into that focus, it tends to wither, and disappear. But this disappearing is also dependent on what that focus is. If that focus was a good thought, a life project, a dream, something you want to have, if you feed it, that mass grows, and the universe begins to realize that there is something there to be dealt with, because you really want it. But if you suddenly stop feeding that desire, it withers again and becomes practically imperceptible to the universe. What is the moral of the story? Everything you really want, you have to focus on. It's not enough to say, universe, turn around. It will turn around, but at such a slow speed that you will go through several incarnations and not see the result. Now if you put energy, intention, love into that focus, the mass grows a lot, becomes immense, and the universe will make it grow more and become the realization of your dream. Of course, I cannot help but comment that there are many factors in this fact. Your merit, the right time, will be good for you and for the whole. Nothing is that simple. But if this is all true, you will have the object of your dream. If the focus you are focusing on is a person, then the problem becomes a little more complex. Why, will you be in the path of that other person? Will the union between you be good for you and the other person? So, many times, you place another person as the object of your desire and exceed limits, they do whatever it takes to have that person. There is often reciprocity, in these cases I can say that you are attracting that person in the right way. And because of the frequency you are emanating, it resonates with your frequency and may be compatible with you. Excellent. You got a relationship. You will grow this relationship, whether you will get along or not, it will depend on the path. But it may happen that the other person doesn't resonate with you, and you continue to insist, make that your object of life, your journey, your deepest desire. And the other person doesn't care, because they're not on your frequency. You are souls with different frequencies, that's why she doesn't see you, that's why for her you are a person like any other. She cannot nourish the desire you have for her for you. And then I would say that other feelings begin to enter, mainly the ego, screaming rejection in your ear. And then comes the anger, and comes that need to show that you can do it. And you will start doing everything necessary to have that person, including harming their life, so that they can see you. So many of you get people this way. They make so much change that they manage to get that person's attention and even form relationships. But rest assured, it won't last. Because you provoked a lot of things there, you didn't act honestly in many things, you didn't act only with love towards her. Then you will, but not for long. Just as you worked hard to have it, you will lose it quickly. So having focus is not sure of having what you want, it's not a guarantee of getting what you want. It will depend a lot on your commitment, it will depend on the feeling you are putting into it, it will depend on whether it is good for you, it will depend on whether that one is good for the whole. But be sure that this is how things are achieved, it is with a lot of commitment and a lot of focus. I can say that souls have an expectation of evolution. It's as if they placed some prizes at certain points on your journey, so that you can be helped on your journey and evolve. But I can also say that you don't always find these prizes. You follow wrong paths, shortcuts, and the prizes get lost along the way. And that soul planning, which was supposed to be a light, peaceful life, becomes total despair. Only because of your choices, because of the focus you placed along the way. So how do you know which focus to focus on? How do you know what your soul path is? How do I know what is good and what will make me evolve? How do I know what will be good for me and for the whole? You ask yourself these questions all the time, and most of the time, you don't have an answer. And then I tell you, why don't you have an answer? Because the decisions are yours. We can't just say, go this way. Here is your path. No. For your journey of evolution, your free will has to take you to the right path, or not. So how to know, how to discover, how to be sure of the focus that should be placed? What should I feed, what should I focus on? You wonder. I would say it's not that difficult. If you think about something, a decision, A or B. Always stop, meditate on it, look at each path in a moment of great interiorization. Look at path A, analyze everything, see what it will bring you, whether positive or negative. Pray, meditate, on this path, and ask Father or Mother God to show you everything that you are not able to see on that path. Be it because of your ego, or because of inexperience, or because of lack of knowledge. Do the same thing with path B, with C, with D. It doesn't matter how many there are. And quickly, by making this connection with divine consciousness, you will have the crystal clear answer. They will have no doubt which way to go. Because you took your doubts to divine consciousness, and it will return to you, exactly what is good for you, what is evolutionary for your soul. Humanity's biggest problem is decision-making in the heat of emotion. I need to make a decision, and he makes it without thinking. It is a single perspective that you have at that moment, and it is based on this that the decision is made. I can guarantee that it almost always goes wrong, because you do not have the patience to seek the answer in divine consciousness. What is where? Inside each of you. So it doesn't matter what your focus, what your desire, what project, what dream you have. Everything in the universe is possible, as long as choices are made thoughtfully, with certainty about what is being chosen and, above all, the only feeling that has to be involved is love. There can't be another one. Any other low vibration feelings that are involved in your choice, what will you reap? Exactly what you planted. And then you'll complain that you made the wrong decision. He definitely did. So, what is focus? What is it to want something? It is imbuing yourself with complete certainty, firstly that it will be good for you and for the whole. How to know? Asking divine consciousness. If the answer is yes, move on, you will be victorious. And if it's not, learn to give up at the right time. Because many times, out of arrogance, you don't give up. No, I won't let myself win. And it continues, and it's no use. I have tried with my letters to show you that meditating on everything is great wisdom. And it is that meditation, where you connect directly with divine consciousness, so that you can always make the right decision, take the right path, and thus avoid suffering, discouragement, annoyance, everything that brings you feelings of low vibration. It is not the other, who will tell you if it is good or wrong for you. Because that's his opinion, that's his perspective. Listen only to you, after meditating and talking to divine consciousness. Father or Mother God has infinite possibilities of response for each of you. He doesn't just need to use his voice. You have to believe that the answer will come, because he will know how to show you the answer. But for this you need to believe that he will answer you. What you always say. I'm not worthy. I am a sinner. I am a human being, how will God speak to me? Every time you say these phrases, you create a huge barrier between you and him. Now if you just believe, no, God will speak to me. God will show me. God will tell me what to do. Rest assured that he will. He will show you everything very clearly, because you believed, because you are imbued with making a correct decision, with following a path that is good for you and for the whole. So how could Father or Mother God not answer you? If you are trying to create a perfect connection for yourself and the whole. So don't forget, everything you focus on creates a connection with you, whatever it is. And the more connections created and not nurtured, the more dirt gets in the way. It's as if you picked up little strings, where the origin is you, and the other end was that object of desire, that focus, that you no longer fed. But that rope stayed there. And I can say that with that rope, it drains your energy. Because for your soul, there is something there and it is putting energy there, even if you no longer want it, you have given up. But did you tell the universe that you gave up? Did you tell the universe that you don't want that anymore? Probably not. So I suggest to each of you, today, here, now, cry out to the universe, universe, I eliminate all the connections I created and stopped being interested in. May they simply be dissolved in the universe and transmuted into energy of love. Rest assured, many strings will disappear from your bodies. And you will be able to place more intensity of energy in those focuses that you actually want. Because nothing else is draining what you once created. Do this constantly. Because you have this tendency to create desires. Nothing is lost in the universe. Everything that is said is saved and it remains there, forgotten in a corner, and the energy is drained. So make this a daily habit. Take this phrase and paste it somewhere, and every day, at the end of the day, repeat it. You have this power, why? Because you were the one who created the connection, so whoever creates it has the power to uncreate it. So do this, repeat this daily. And start to observe how your lives, your paths, will become much lighter.